Thank you to you and Peyton as you do monitor the system as it makes its way into Mississippi, looking at the winds there and the warning. But we're also getting a first-hand look now at the damage on the ground just outside of Slidell and Eden Isles.
Yeah, let's check in with Meg Farris. She is there, boots on ground, getting an idea of the aftermath that they're seeing, and also speaking with some of those families who are dealing with this as well.
Look at it behind her.
Oh yeah, hi there, Meg.
Good morning to you both. Well, I am in the Eden Isles area, and you can see people behind me are cleaning up, and we have a bunch of the residents here who are going to talk to us in just a second, but they say they absolutely saw the tornado, and they know this was a result of the tornado. You can hear someone's alarm going off because the electricity is still on in some areas around here, even though you can see all the damage going on. Let's talk to some of the people who live here. You said, and tell me your name first.
I'm Dylan McGee.
All right, Dylan, you said, I said, do you think it was a tornado? And you said, I know it was.
Oh, absolutely, for sure.
What'd you see?
Well, I'd been up all night watching the boat, and I guess, I don't remember what time it was, but I went and woke the wife up, and I was like, hey, they just put out a tornado warning, y'all just be ready. And then I was looking out the window, and I seen the rain was going like sideways, and it like almost looked like somebody paused it, and it like stopped, and then went the other direction, and I just turned around and grabbed them and put them in the closet, and then just everything kind of went downhill after that. So
You said you heard something too. Did you hear anything?
Well, we heard the flashing on the house coming off, and there was, I mean, the wind was extremely loud. So
What's amazing me is you have a shrimp boat right behind your house, and you were showing me pictures that, what did you say, a 500-pound weight?
Oh, yeah, one of the weights that hold the nets down while we're shrimping got yanked off the boat, and actually broke one of the polens that the boat was tied to, and I had to go out there and pull it back in and tie it back up and everything. So.
And you said there's some houses with substantial roof damage?
Yeah, a couple houses behind us across the canal are like you can see like into the attic. I think there's two of them. There's a couple trees down back there. Big oak tree across the canal's down, and I know there's a few down the street as well.
I want some of your neighbors to come join us and tell me what you saw.
I was using the bathroom this morning. She came in and said, there's a tornado in Eden Isles. And so we went and watched the news, and then we heard the whistling. So we took the dogs and went in the closet. And then I got on the phone with my dad. He said he lost a couple windows. And so we let it get quiet, and then went back outside and started cleaning up and looking at everything, making sure everything was good.
What is your name?
My name is Aaron Morrow.
Aaron, and so about how long did this last?
I felt like it probably lasted about 5 minutes or so. And then, you felt the wind die down, and you can go outside and look at everything. It moved the air conditioner inside the house. So.
Yeah, you showed me pictures of that. It took your outside compressor, that unit, and moved it quite a bit.
Yeah, it moved it over, and no lines were kinked or anything, so that's good.
Yeah. Was it scary, or you just react, protect my family?
Yeah, you just react, get everybody in a safe place, and then wait for it to go away.
Yeah. Everyone always says freight train. It sounds like a freight train coming. She's nodding. Tell me what you heard.
No, it was just a very, very loud whistling sound. It started shaking the windows and stuff, and immediately I was like, absolutely not. We're going somewhere else.
It felt different than normal straight line winds or high winds. Did the pressure drop? Did that feel different?
I'm not sure. It just really was, what took me over was the sound. It was so loud. I was like, this is not normal.
You hear everything flying around everywhere outside. You can hear there's stuff everywhere. So.
Yeah. What did some of your neighbors say? I mean, it looks like, people have damage, but there's none of that horrible that you see on the news sometimes, flattening. Whole areas flattened. What did some of your neighbors say?
We got some trees down, and some people's roofs are a little messed up, but everybody's house structurally is still there, standing. So. You
know what looks different? When we were driving into this neighborhood, there'll be everything normal, and then a tree branch just like sliced. Mm-hmm. You can tell and then there'll be pretty flowers all normal, and something next to it, like a 500-pound weight, is just sliced. That's what's different. What did you hear and see?
So I didn't hear much except for my husband coming in and saying, get the baby and get in the closet. But what I was telling him, we were sitting in the closet, and all of a sudden my ears started popping, and I said, oh, the drop in pressure. I said, there's a tornado outside. And then I started hearing, and I said, is that roof tiles flying off? And he said, I don't know, I think that stuff hitting the house. And so you could hear it like hitting the house, and the backyard is, our backyard, as you could see, is pretty damaged. Our child's play set is in the front yard.
Yeah, let's look at the child's play set. Did y'all move that there, or did that get picked up and brought there?
No, that was picked up and brought there by the wind, the damage. It took out the fence.
Took out the fence?
Yeah, it took out the fence, and it was in the backyard, and they had pieces of the slide all the way probably about 5 or 6 houses down in all the different neighbors' yards. We had to go pick up all the pieces of slides, as you could see.
Yeah. And have you ever experienced anything like this?
I have not, actually. I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for almost 19 years, so I've always been on like a hurricane team. So anytime a tornado has come through, because we had one hit for Ida, I was not present for it. So this is actually my first experience with a tornado. Yeah. Not my house's first experience, but my first experience.
Yes. Well, I don't like that your way of living, your livelihood, your shrimp boat is kind of messed up. Do you think it's I know the dock area is kind of messed up, but the boat has substantial damage?
No, I haven't really got out there and got on it yet. I've been kind of cleaning up the front, but the tarps ripped on it. I think one of my nets got ripped on a piling, but lost a bunch of baskets and like some shovels and rakes and stuff. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I think, we should be able to go back to work.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now starts the fight with insurance, huh? Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's what we have out here in the Eden Isles area. We're going to go get some shots of the boat and those things they were showing us where 500-pound weights are moved over and that type of thing. And it does look different than when you come in and you see hurricane damage where it's just kind of a big mess. It is, again, what we just said earlier, something right here is perfectly fine, and something right here is completely split in half. So kind of classic of that tornado. But of course, we won't know until the National Weather Service determines. Okay, reporting live from Eden Isles, Meg Farris, WWL, Louisiana. Back to you.
Showing the damage, also speaking to residents there. Meg speaking to a gentleman whose shrimp boat was damaged. A couple other people there talking about hearing it. The cliche, of course, is it's like a freight train, and so that's what they heard there with those winds coming through, and Meg showing us the damage left behind.
Yeah, goodness, hoping it's not too bad, because I already know the shrimping industry, they've been impacted in so many other ways. They don't really need another setback. So certainly thinking of all those who are affected in so many ways, seeing those homes and the damage. And cleanup right now is a big part of what we're looking at across our airways, but also it has a lot to do with just people stuck on the roadways right now and what they're seeing. So for a better view of what we are seeing on our roadways, we're going to check in with Mike McDaniel, who's getting an idea of traffic.
Yeah, guys, to put it very bluntly, it is a mess out there. We have streets flooded from the North Shore to the South Shore, really all across our viewing area. So if you do not have to be out on the roads, definitely stay at home. Looking behind me right now, this little map, all these little red points, these are just the ones that were able to be reported and to pop up on the map that you can see right here. But as you can see, we also have some black lines that indicates a closure. So I'm going to walk through some of the major ones that we're seeing right now come through our system. I'm going to start right now in Jefferson Parish. We do have the I-10 westbound off-ramp to Loyola that is closed. That will be this little stretch of black right there on your screen. Also in Jefferson, Loyola affecting both directions between Veterans and I-10. We also have a closure along Williams as well. That's where our Winston Reed was, seeing flooding all across that stretch of the roadway with people trying to push their cars out of water. We have additional flooding on Causeway Boulevard at West Metairie, affecting both directions there. Clear view of both directions between Airline and West Metairie. We also have an accident over in the Elmwood area. That's at Clearview Parkway on the southbound side at Citrus. This one is involving an 18-wheeler that actually jackknifed. So just a mess on the roads right there in Jefferson Parish. Also some additional flooding as well for those of you who are at West S. One more time, Alexa? We do have a tornado warning again, so I think it's probably best we send it back over to Alexa.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you there, but yeah, good updates.
Please
but we do have a
tornado
warning, a new one that has just been issued. New tornado warning in effect for South Mississippi again, for parts of Pearl River County and Hancock County. So this thunderstorm we were tracking has strengthened again. So we are tracking another possible tornado We're watching this circulation really along the county border of Pearl River and Hancock counties. This is east of Picayune now. It's from the thunderstorm from before. It has re-tightened up, and we're watching an area of rotation right along the county line here. Pearl River County here, Hancock County here, and this is where we're watching this possible radar indicated rotation and radar indicated tornado. Again, this is east of Picayune, so Picayune is in the clear east of Interstate 59. And again, this thunderstorm is continuing to move towards the northeast and will eventually be crossing fully into Hancock County in just a few moments. It's on the southern part. It's in the southern part of Pearl River County now, and it's moving to the northeast, and it will be crossing fully into Hancock County in just a few moments as we continue to track this storm. So we'll put some motion on it to show you and zoom out of it to get your, get an idea of where this is at. This is right along Highway 43 in South Mississippi, right along the county line of Pearl River and Hancock. And again, this area of rotation is continuing to move to the northeast. This is that Hancock County line right there. So if you live in northern Hancock County in Caesar, you definitely want to get in your safe place now. Old Kiln Road, absolutely get in your safe place right now. From Caesar, in this community here in Hancock County, right on the border of Pearl River, that is exactly where you want to get into your safe spot, because we have this area of rotation that is tightening up and strengthening. So a possible tornado moving into Hancock County towards Old Kiln Road right now, just south of the Caesar community, Caesar Nasace Road. That's exactly where you want to get into your safe place right now. If you live in Caesar Nasace Road, Old Kiln Road in the Caesar community, this is where you want to get away from windows and doors in an interior room of your house, like a bathroom, a bathtub, maybe an interior closet, a sturdy structure, most definitely, as we watch this area of rotation strengthen up as it approaches the Hancock County line and moves to the northeast. So we're going to be watching for another possible tornado. A new tornado warning has been issued. If you're just joining us now, it's 8:58 in the morning. We have a new tornado warning in effect. It includes the eastern part of Pearl River County, but the storm itself is moving into northern Hancock County very shortly. So if you're in the Caesar community or Old Kiln Road in that community, the Old Kiln Road to Caesar Nasace, Caesar community, this is where the possible tornado is at this point. Now, we'll show you what the debris signature looks like now. Nothing popping off at this point, so we'll switch back to our winds. So no debris signature, no debris being lofted in the air at this point. We're going to keep checking back and see if there's any updates on that. But we're watching for this rotation that's about to cross into Hancock County, the northern part of it. So get into your safe place now. This tornado warning is pretty big. It extends farther into the complete northern part of Hancock County. So we're going to see if this storm, stays strong and maintains this rotation throughout its lifetime. And they have been doing that. These storms will weaken and then re-strengthen and weaken and re-strengthen. So we're just going to have to keep a close eye on this storm as it pushes into Hancock County, moving away from Pearl River County at this point towards the Caesar neighborhood. So if you know anyone that lives in that part of town, make sure you give them a call. Let them know that this is happening, that there is an ongoing tornado warning for them in the Caesar community of South Mississippi, Hancock County at this point. In addition to that, it's going to be extremely rainy. There's so much lightning with this thunderstorm too. Again, it's one of these rain-wrapped tornadoes, so you're not going to be able to really see what's going on because the rain is so blinding. We've got sheets of rain coming down across South Mississippi now. Not only do we have the tornado warning in effect, we have flash flood warnings in effect. So we've got flooding, tornadoes, strong winds, frequent lightning. It's an absolute mess across South Mississippi at this point, and flooding is going to continue as heavy rain continues to fall at this point. So here we go. Tornado warning still in effect. It's going to continue for the next several minutes for northern Hancock County as the storm pushes there at this point. And over the next several minutes, we're going to see, how strong can this become, because we've been noticing the trends that these do tighten up and strengthen, and the circulation does get much stronger. And we're going to be, continuing to monitor this. Peyton? Oh, yeah. I think.
Thanks, thanks, Alexa. Here, I didn't know my mic was on. Yeah. I'll just give you a quick little break here. What's interesting, Alexa, this is that same storm that was tornado warned in Picayune earlier. It did its cycle thing, which they've seemed to do all morning long. So it's been really interesting to see these things ramp up, and this one certainly did ramp up within the past 5 minutes or so. That rotation is quite significant. It's right on the Parish line of Hancock and Pearl River. That's just going to be near Caesar there. as you pass into Hancock County. This is moving northeast into a fairly rural area, but anywhere north of the Kill and east of Picayune needs to be in their tornado safe spot. Again, this is going to be moving up to the northeast, and it'll be approaching portions of Pearl River. It'll be bouncing back and forth between Pearl River and Hancock counties this morning as it continues to move north and east, up towards Stone and maybe into northern portions of Harrison County. So this is where a lot of our rough weather is currently. It's over in South Mississippi. I was just looking at some latest data here. And while we do still have some rain around parts of southeast Louisiana, we are really seeing things wrap up here for now. Now, I want to watch then this tail end over here towards the Natchez area and Avoyelles Parish and see what that does. But right now, a lot of southeast Louisiana is getting a little time to dry things out, to get out there and do your damage surveys. And by the way, we do have our teams getting in place now that the roughest weather has moved out of a large portion of Louisiana. We will have all these live updates coming for you from Houma, all the way from the Metro, North Shore into St. Tammany, and we'll keep an eye on South Mississippi as well. But again, if you're just joining us, this tornado warning is going to be going for Pearl River and Hancock counties. It's this area of circulation that's sitting south of Caesar, and it will continue to move to the northeast through rural parts of St. Tammany, into Pearl River and Hancock counties this morning. Just a heads up for Pearl River County and northern Hancock County, including the Kill and Picayune, they are adding a flash flood emergency fairly soon. What does that mean? Well, it's about as high as you can get when you're talking about the level and the threat for flooding. It means you absolutely just don't need to be out and about. And Leah, I don't know if we can get that camera pulled up in Picayune where we were seeing that flooding earlier. I don't remember which one it was, but it was like 43 or 11. And we'll see if we can get that pulled up because it really does paint a picture on how much rain some of these areas over in Pearl River County have received. And by the way, you are far from done with the heavy rain. It is still pouring even beyond these tornado warnings. The past 12 hours, parts of Hancock and Pearl River counties have picked up substantial rain. Around the Kill, you've picked up 10 inches of rain since last night. 8 to nearly 9 inches in the Picayune area. Down near Slidell, it's been closer to anywhere from 4 to 6 inches of rain. So it really has been some substantial rains across parts of Pearl River County. This is what it looks like in the Picayune area right now. You can see a lot of standing water in those areas. You can see a lot of standing water as those trucks pass on by. So please be extremely careful. If you live near the Bowley Creek, or also known as the West Hoblachita Creek, that could rapidly rise, and we could see significant flooding along that creek here as we go through the remainder of today. But the tornado warning does continue. It's going to be in the far northern portions of Hancock County. This area of rotation has really wrapped up here over the past couple of scans or so, and the Weather Service has it right there in extreme northern portions of Hancock County. That's going to be running close to Highway, the Caesar Nico Road, and up towards Highway 53. And I mean, we're talking in extreme northern portions of Hancock County at this point. That's where that area of rotation is. The secondary risk, and sometimes even the greater risk, is the flash flood concern. And unfortunately, we've got much more rain coming for these areas here through the rest of this morning. This is what it looks like right now at 59 and 43. Doesn't look too bad there in Picayune right there at that shot, but I do think in some of these parts where you get into the neighborhood, you're going to run into some significant flash flooding. So that's where we stand right now. This tornado warning is going to continue to move through northern portions of Hancock County. We are getting just some reports in from emergency management from some damage over near the Kill. About 10 miles north of the Kill, there was a tree on the house. There have been some occupants rescued. I'm not sure which thunderstorm that was from. We've had so many that have passed through Hancock County at this point, but it shows you that we have had some damage from these. We've got a lot of reports coming up here as we go through the morning. We've got our people scattered all across the area. We're getting their live shots pulled up as we get this information that continues to come in. But again, this tornado warning, it's going to continue into portions of northern Hancock County near Caesar and Nico Road. And it's going to continue to move up to the north and east. Eventually, I think this will be in Harrison and Hancock County probably in the next 15 minutes or so. Alexa, do you have any updates for me on this tornado warning?
We're continuing to watch the winds as they are very strong, and they're showing very good signs of rotation. And when I say good, I mean it's a clear signal that we're seeing rotation here on radar and a possible tornado in northern Hancock County. Again, moving quickly to the northeast, so it's racing across the northern part of Hancock County right now. Like we've been saying in the Caesar community, this has just pushed east of the Caesar community now, so it is moving pretty quickly. However, if you are in northern Hancock County, you do want to get into your safe place at this point and just wait this storm out. Also, the tornado warning does include southeastern Pearl River County, so it does extend back into Pearl River County as well, downstream of where we're seeing that possible tornado. So still some time if you're in the southeastern portion of Pearl River County. You also want to get in your safe place now as we continue to track this very strong and powerful thunderstorm. Like we've been saying, we've got the tornado threat, plus we've got extreme flooding across parts of South Mississippi, Picayune included. We've got really, it's an emergency. That's the National Weather Service has deemed it a flash flood emergency for Picayune. So Picayune is seeing extreme rain and extreme flooding. If you live in Picayune, it's going to be, it takes quite a bit of time for this water to recede, and the rain continues at this point. So we're still going to see several more inches of rain likely falling in Picayune in addition to what we've already gotten. That's why there is a flooding emergency in Pearl River County, including Picayune. So we've got extreme flooding for South Mississippi, and we've got this ongoing tornado warning for Hancock County. And we're going to again put the winds on there because we'll show you, exactly where that center is, where that possible tornado is. Now continuing to move over Caesar and Nasace Road, I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly, but that's where you want to make sure you are getting into your safe place and just waiting this storm out, because there really is no signs of this storm weakening at this point. We're still looking at a strong signal of rotation, and the likelihood of some rotation within this thunderstorm could translate to a possible tornado. Now, I do want to pull up our debris signature. We look at these colors and see, is there debris being lofted in the air? When you look at this, it doesn't really show much at this point, which is a good thing to see, a good sign. So no signs of any debris being lofted into the air. We'll see if that signature does change, but at this point we're just still tracking very strong circulation, strong rotation within this thunderstorm that is moving into the northern part of Hancock County. And now we're waiting for the next radar scan to see how quickly it is moving. It has been moving by pretty fast, but now it's kind of sitting over the Caesar community, and now we go to the next radar scan. Okay, it is moving a bit more to the northeast now, just north of Caesar Nasace Road, and still some signs of strong rotation within this thunderstorm. So we still want to wait this storm out. Still an ongoing tornado threat for northern Hancock County, and an ongoing flooding threat across Hancock and Pearl River counties with torrential and extreme heavy rain falling right now. It's not a good time to get out. It's not a good time to, check out and see what things look like outside. It's a dangerous situation when it comes to the flooding across Picayune right now. That's what that red box indicates here in Picayune, is that it's a flash flood emergency at this point. That includes Interstate 59 and all of the city of Picayune at this point. So heavy rain continues across all of South Mississippi. That's where the worst of the weather is focused, though we do have some heavy rain that is kind of back building across St. Tammany Parish. That it does include Slidell, so we have some heavier rain that's moving back into Slidell. Some heavier showers setting up over Lake Pontchartrain too that are kind of back building. Mostly dry on the South Shore, though there are some spotty showers popping up in the New Orleans metro area and St. Charles Parish, but really the heaviest and the worst of the weather is happening now across Pearl River and Hancock counties. There are some heavier showers falling in Bogalusa as well, so parts of Washington Parish are seeing some heavy rain right along the eastern side of Washington Parish. We have some heavier showers and thunderstorms too. But the focus is this tornado warning. So if you're just hopping in now, it's 9:10 in the morning. We have a tornado warning in effect for South Mississippi, including Pearl River and Hancock counties, because we're watching one strong thunderstorm that has re-ramped up and has wrapped up into itself, that we watched over the course of the last 20 to 30 minutes. There was a tornado warning earlier with it to the south, then things weakened, and then it strengthened up again. So this is one of these storms that we've been seeing, this classic look of the storms of the morning so far, is that sometimes it looks like things are looking better, and then other times it changes on a dime and storms start to intensify, and it's looking like we could see a possible tornado still east of the Caesar community in northern Hancock County. I'll zoom in, and if you know anyone in these communities, make sure you do give them a call in northern Hancock County to make sure that they're just staying in their safe place and waiting for the storm to pass by. The storm is north of Highway 603 and heading again towards the southeastern portion of Pearl River County. So the warning does include Pearl River County as well.
Yeah, Alexa, and it has ramped up a little bit in the past couple of scans or so. So if you're up there in extreme northern portions of the county, be aware that you need to be in your safe spot. I did give you a couple little tracks here that are moving on through. It's going to be in Nikkei about around 921, Crane Creek 925, and Barth around 932. So that's going to be taking it up into portions a little bit further up into Pearl River County and even over into Harrison and Stone counties over in Mississippi. So this is, again, moving through a fairly rural part of Hancock County this morning as it continues to move north. But if you live anywhere in that flashing cone, you do want to be in your tornado safe spot. We do have a lot of coverage going on this morning across the entire area. I know we want to get to that and get to some live shots here. As Alexa was mentioning, before we get to that here in Louisiana, we do have that flash flood emergency. This is what it looks like in Picayune on Highway 11 and 7th Street. You can see that it is, there's street flooding happening there, and this is happening in a lot of areas around Picayune and for areas that are surrounding Picayune. This flash flood emergency is about as high a level of alert you can get for flash flooding, and that means you've got to be careful. It can be life-threatening, and we don't say that lightly. Flash flood emergencies and things like tornado emergencies really are made to get your attention. But if you're in Picayune or Nicholson, this is the primary spots around those areas where flash flooding is becoming a huge concern right now. And we just don't want you out on the road. There are a lot of people out there. You can see they're traveling down the road. There is water standing in spots. You know, sometimes this water can get pushed up into businesses, so it's good to prevent that. But we also want to prevent you from getting yourself into trouble this morning. So if you live near any bodies of water, if you live near any creeks, please be aware that they could be rising very rapidly right now, and you need to be ready to evacuate if you haven't already left those areas already. It is this is that type of event where it's best to just stay away from creeks because they can rise very, very quickly. And we'll be watching this for you throughout the remainder of the day. We've got full team coverage for you as we watch this tornado warning continue to move into rural parts of Pearl River County. We are going to be heading out, getting traffic updates for you. And y'all let me know where y'all want to go next. We can move on to some of our live reports across the area because I know we've got some pretty substantial reports to get to and some damage reported across the metro area from train derailments to structure damage. So we've got a lot to cover here, guys, as we go through this morning. It is 9:13. Bree and Brandon have been holding it down at the desk, and let's get an update from them.
We do thank you and Alexa for your stellar reporting, forecasting this throughout the morning, minute by minute. I was checking in, as a matter of fact, with some family of mine in Wagaman when things were a bit crazy about maybe 3-4 hours ago, and they just touched base with me saying that things are clear, but also to thank our weather team because of the work that they've been doing. Really, really doing a good job.
Yeah, they've been on since overnight into the morning without really taking much of a break here, tracking everything for us. So yeah, certainly appreciate them. Also appreciate our crews have been out and about all over our viewing area, just trying to get an idea of exactly what's happening in the moment, but also the aftermath. So we want to check in with Whitney Miller. We haven't had a chance to speak with her just yet this morning.
And I just want to say, before, as we do toss to Whitney, just to get our bearings straight, because I know you're going to say she's at Oak Harbor subdivision in St. Tammany Parish. That's just outside of Eden Isles where we saw Meg Farris, so nearby where we're seeing some damage there too. Yeah, we saw a lot of damage there with Meg in those neighborhoods as people are trying to deal with that aftermath. So we'll have to check in with Whitney and see exactly what she's got going on over there. Good morning, Whitney.
Hey, good morning, y'all. Yeah, we've had quite a morning as we've been trying to get here to Slidell. We started off in Folsom where the weather was thought to be pretty bad, but it actually was calm there. I want to show you this building here. This is the Oak and Country Food and Wine building. Obviously, something came through here, tore off a lot of the siding of this building. It's all scattered out here on the ground. We've been seeing people driving by, looky-loos, if you will, taking a look at this damage from this building. But it's not the only damage that has happened in this area. And I heard, like you said, we're outside of Eden Isles where I think Meg Farris was earlier. Why we even came to this direction was because we saw a 18-wheeler or some sort of large truck. I don't know if it's exactly 18 wheels that was on its side. They did pick it up and put it back on the right side so it can get out of here. But that's what caught our eye. And then we came around the corner and we saw this. Over here, the Waffle House, some trees are down. Over here, part of the siding on this hotel here. If Robin, you want to come this way, there's part of the siding on this hotel. I don't know if you can see on the staircase here, Robin. There's some of damage to the siding of the wall there. A lot of the people that were in this hotel, some of them leaving around this morning. I saw some of them walking out. A gentleman we stopped who works here said he came in from New Orleans when he heard about all of this to come check out the damage and see what work he could do to assist his co-workers. But yeah, a door on the side of the road, on the side here. Can you see that, Robin? Right there, the door on the side. I don't know where that door came from. And then there's people cleaning up in this building over here on the side here on the Town and Country Food and Fine Foods and Deli. So folks already starting clean up this morning. So a lot of work for people to do today as they get out here. It's been raining on and off. We got out here, we were like, okay, it's kind of stopped, but then it starts to come down again. So I know that'll be a deterrent for some folks as they try to get the day going. So I'll send it back to you all. I want to go try to find some folks who are cleaning up and talk to them, see if they're willing to talk to us. But yeah, a lot of work ahead, especially on this building here.
Mm-hmm. We do appreciate it, Whitney. And while you're up, you did show us that door. I thought I saw what appeared to be a water line there, or was it shadow?
Oh, you said a water line?
Yeah. Does it appear to be a water line on that door, or is it shadow? Just looking to see. You see on the back end of that, just to get an idea of perhaps if there was some flooding.
I think it's just a shadow.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Oh, no. I think that's just like, no, actually, it's the door broken. It's not a shadow. It's
okay.
You know how doors have like a false inside? It's part of it is off, so it's just kind of bent back. It's not a water line, no.
Okay.
Okay, it's getting windy out here.
Thank you, ma'am. She's in the Oak Harbor subdivision. You and Robin stay safe again.
Yeah, go
just
get some
outside
cover
of the
there.
Niles.
Yeah, dealing with a lot of wind. And you know, that is a testament to our crews, their hard work and just trying to navigate these different pop-up scenarios, because we've had a number of our crews on the roadways for a long time and either made it very short distance, or, it took them a long time to get where they need to be. That was the case in Kenner with Mike and Winston, and it's just an indication why you should stay off the roadways.
And those of you night owls who are watching on the WWL app with Peyton and Chris throughout the night, Alyssa Curtis was providing some live updates from Houma, and things were getting very bad where she was when those wind conditions were picking up, where we saw a lot of the brunt of the storm overnight when things were pretty bad there. Alyssa, though, was letting everyone at home know, because people were watching her and asking if she was okay. They were fine. They were under an awning, but that's what crews go through when they're out there to show you what is going on throughout the area.
Yeah. So as we continue here, want to get an indication, do we want to check back in with our... Oh, we're going to check in with another one of our reporters here. We've got Mike, who we were just speaking about a moment ago, was in Kenner, showing us the aftermath of, everyone on the roadways there and the congestion. And he's now made his way to Avondale, where we know that there is a lot of damage reported in that area. Mike, what are you seeing?
Hey, yeah, this is some of the most significant damage that we have seen related to this storm. We have made our way over to the West Bank. We are in Avondale, just off of Highway 90. Behind me, you can see what was left, or the aftermath here. Now, let me try to explain what you're seeing here. This is a big mess, but what you're seeing, all this debris, is from one trailer. But the trailer is not where it used to be. Walter, if you can kind of look back over here with me. All that debris is from that trailer that used to be right there where those cinder blocks are. There was a single ride right there, and there was a gentleman in that trailer when it started to flip. He is now in the hospital, I'm told. That trailer then slammed into the trailer right here you see behind me. That's what this debris is on the side of the trailer. When it hit, it knocked the trailer off of its bricks. There was a woman inside. We're going to speak to her sister in just a moment, so hang tight. And then all of the debris started hitting and damaging all of these other homes back here. And you see those wheels right there? Those are the wheels for that single wide, that initial trailer that got thrown from where it was. That just shows you the power, the quick strength that a storm like this could do. So a lot of displaced folks, or several homes owners displaced 2 people that we know of in the hospital. Now, the sister of the woman in that second trailer who was in the hospital, I'm with her now. We're actually standing on her back porch getting a look at all of this. She was gracious enough to give us some orange juice and chat with us a little bit. Look, I know this is a lot to take in, but first and foremost, how is your sister?
She's doing fine. She went to the hospital by ambulance with leg injuries. She was actually pinned by the debris from the roof on her sofa. But she's going to be discharged soon. She didn't have any broken bones or anything, so we thank God for that.
And you knew the gentleman, Mr. Simmons, is it, who was in this
His
initial
name
trailer?
is Mr. Simmons. I did see him briefly right after when we came out to, to see what was going on. I did see him briefly, but then we didn't see him anymore. But we were told he went by ambulance also.
And this all happened, around 5:30? You were on the phone with your sister beforehand?
I was actually on the phone with her about 5:30 this morning. The 2 residences are adjacent by one backyard. It's one family property. And she just started screaming, "It's falling on me, help me, help me, help me." So by the time...
It's okay.
By the time we were able to get to her, she was still pinned on the sofa. But like I said, the EMTs came pretty fast and got her out.
And that's a testament to them, and they got her off very quickly. And your mom is with her at the hospital, correct?
Yes, they'll be coming home soon. But I just thank God that everything is, this stuff can be replaced. Everybody is fine. They have life,
And I was going to ask you, I know it's upsetting. When you look at all of this, I'm glad that you and your sister are okay for the most part. What goes through your mind when you see this really happening in your backyard?
That we have to stay prayed up. And life can change at the blink of an eye. I was just on the phone with a friend last night, and she asked, have we ever had any experience like this? And then today, here it is.
Well, thank you for chatting with me. I know it's emotional. I'm glad that you're okay and your sister's fine for the most part. And we'll get through this, okay?
Thank you so much.
And again, this just kind of shows you the power that can happen from a storm like this. And like she said, just so quickly, she said it came in. She heard the noises, and all of a sudden she walked outside. She ran to her sister. Thankfully, she was able to get her out, rushed her to the hospital. So far, these are the only injuries that we know of so far. Of course, you see the damage to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 homes, 3, of course, maybe inhabitable at this point. So that's where we are in Avondale at this point. We know that there is another trailer, we believe, on the other street or the next street over that kind of looks similar to this. We haven't been over there yet, but we know that's another spot that is damaged. Send it back to you.
Goodness, yeah, hearing her just talk about this here, Mike. I mean, we appreciate you speaking with her and kind of giving us an idea of what they got going on there. But I mean, our hearts are with her because that, as she said, it just can happen in the blink of an eye.
You just never know. You never know. Thank you, Mike. We will see you in a bit.